EchoBase Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at EchoBase TV, where community happens.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the EBN Cast. Welcome. Man, let me start off by saying I almost canceled today's show. I have had a complete shit show of the last 24 hours. It has been absolutely insane, the crap I've been dealing with. I literally just got home right before we were kicking the show off. I'll tell Loki and Jonas about it backstage. I'm not going to go into the details on the
You
stream.
murdered a homeless person? What?
Oh, how'd you find out?
Oh no!
What are you saying in the private chat?
Oh man, it's been insane. I think I got an hour and a half of sleep last night.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah. It's been pretty crazy. But anyways, I'm glad all of you guys are here. Real quick, there are 4 ways that you guys can support the show here if you guys enjoy us doing this every Friday at the EBN Cast. One way is EBN memberships. We do a member live stream for all members last Sunday of every month. Me and Coach. Our Patreon page where we drop tons of full episodes and movies and documentaries, audio books, all that sort of stuff that we can't drop here on YouTube. Our brand new merch store where the prices are way cheaper and the shirts are way better quality than Teesprings by far. And of course, super chats. If there's anything you guys want to hear us talk about that we have not mentioned in the show, you can support us that way. Real quick, Jonas, Loki,
Yes,
how you guys doing? Everything going good for you guys today? Probably a lot better than my last 24 hours.
It's been a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah. I actually sent Loki the link when I saw that went on sale. And I think you ordered it right after I sent it to you, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I don't have a
tip on the water tower.
I don't have a record player, so I didn't get it. But my brother did say that. Oh, that's cool. My brother did say he did get a notification that his copy is supposed to be at his house on the 22nd. I think.
I got mine already.
I have to ask this.
I'm saying the actual game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you
What were
ever
you gonna say, Jonas?
Have you ever put one of those, like put the needle onto one of those things on a record player? Does that scratch up all of that, or does it actually play?
depends on how often you do it. I've got the original, the first part of Remake that has a similar one. It's got cloud on one side above the reactor, and then it's got Sephiroth on the other. If you play it once or twice, it's not going to mess it up. I wouldn't do it more than that.
Okay.
So I'm going to have this framed. I'll actually have the record set in a frame and just keep the case, but I'm not going to play it. You can, but I wouldn't.
All right.
Interesting.
They will play.
I haven't heard from Mike today. I'm guessing he's probably tied up in California still.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Everything that goes on in California is like 911.
Yeah.
Client 911. Family. Mexican Iron Sister 911.
Yeah.
Or he's tied up in a bedroom somewhere.
Yeah, getting ready. He's probably in the process of jumping out a window right now.
Or he's breaking into a certain 2-shower office.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick the show off with the first topic of the day, guys. And my topic is the first reactions for Dune 2. Praise Denis Villeneuve's spectacular sequel, jaw-dropping and among the greatest sci-fi movies ever.
Did you see the preview? The actual 15-minute preview they do at the end of Dune 1.
No, I have not.
Oh,
good.
Dude, to take a quote from the 84 movie, I've been saying this all week since we saw it. There's a quote in the 84 movie when he rides a sandworm for the first time. That's a scene you see in the new movie. But Stilgar says, Usul has caught a big one. Again, it is the legend, That scene, that alone was worth the $70 we spent to see Dune 1 all over again in IMAX.
Wow.
Just that one scene at the end is chef's kiss.
I'm curious what that Dune 1 re-release did at the box office.
We were the only ones in the theater. We had a
really?
whole IMAX theater to ourselves. It was
was
6:45 at night on a Wednesday. It was or Tuesday. It was dead. They didn't have anything besides popcorn and candy. So if you were like, oh, I want a hot dog, no. Oh, I want a pizza. I want to no, none of that. Nothing was there. Just popcorn, candy, and drink. But it was good. And Eris hadn't seen it in IMAX. And she said, I get what you mean now when you watch it in IMAX and the sound and the visuals and much better seeing it on the big screen than watching it at home.
Yeah.
But that preview was, and Stilgar's great. I won't ruin anything, but the best part of that was Stilgar going, you will ride the one or you will die. It's been good knowing you. Bye. And you're like, you will do it or you will die. Enjoy.
Have you seen this preview Loki's talking about, Jonas?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the first Dune movie yet.
Wow, you still haven't seen it?
Yeah, this is one of those things where I know that I'm probably going to enjoy it, so I want to take the time, maybe make it a date night. But here we are. Years later, I didn't want to watch it on HBO Max streaming.
That's what I watched it on.
Yeah, I love good movies, and everybody says this is a good movie, and they don't make many movies like this that aren't just marketed to the hilt. I haven't seen this guy's face on a bag of Doritos, so I assume the movie must actually be good.
Yeah, you don't see any silly marketing for this movie. I haven't, anyways. But
I did see a popcorn bucket though. That was a little sketchy.
Man, yeah, that popcorn bucket. It looked kind of weird a little bit. Sort of like a bumhole, just a tad bit. Just saying, it looks like it to me. But anyways, some of these reviews, this Gregory Elwood from the playlist says Dune Part 2 is damn impressive. Villeneuve crafts some truly visionary moments. Austin Butler gives a truly transformative performance, and not talking makeup either. Very moving ending. A wee bit long, yes. Did I forget? I saw it the next day. Yes, still going to be massive. This person right here, Dune. Oh, God, this Part 2 is a triumph. If you guys remember all the Marvels and I think Thor Love and Thunder, everybody was using that word. Oh, it's a triumph. So I don't really like that word describing some of these movies, but it says even more immense than the first, but much more intimate. Denis Villeneuve manages to streamline the more alienating second half of the book into a riveting action-packed epic, Two Towers level mastery of battle sequences. Zendaya is the star. So that was one thing when I watched the first one, because I knew she was going to be in it, and she was hardly in the first one at all.
Yep.
I didn't realize how small her part was going to be in that first one. Of course, she's obviously going to play a way bigger role in the second one. This Steven guy says, in a shock to no one, I absolutely love Dune 2. Incredible filmmaking, brilliant score. Entire cast was excellent. My only complaint was I wish it was longer. Not joking around. The movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I would have been happy to watch another hour. So, and it goes on and on. This is over at Variety if you guys want to go read all the reviews. But from everything I've been seeing of people that have seen early viewing of this, it's getting rave reviews. I think this is going to be pretty epic at the box office. Way better than the first one did, which came out, at the tail end of the coup. Theaters were just kind of starting to open back up. But I think it's going to smash that first Dune movie box office. Well, what do you guys think? Start with you, Jonas, about this movie coming out. Where do you expect it to go in the box office? And all that good stuff.
Man, I hate trying to predict box office anymore because you remove Disney from the equation and we all have questions about how the box office does, because as much as we give them a hard time, people showed up to the movies on a regular basis because of Disney. 6 times a year there was some kind of major tent pole. So once every 2 months, when you got busy people, like once every 2 months is a big deal to get a lot of people to the theater. So now we've got not much propping it up. So it has to be something amazing. And I don't know that this has been commercialized to the point where it's going to get like that 800 million or even $2 billion mark. But and I also don't know how much they've spent in making it. And I haven't seen the first. So I'm just going to guess 600, but that's not anything that I'm like, this is your Jonas Campbell official, prediction here.
Right.
Write that check, send it to the bank. Nobody be mad at me. I'm going to guess 600 million.
Yeah. I was thinking in between 650. That's what I was looking at, personally. Loki, thoughts on these reviews, box office predictions, excitement level for the movie?
I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more sandworm. Dude, this thing's gonna do gangbusters. If you saw what I saw the other day, the scene with him and the worm was it's phenomenal. It is absolutely out of this world. It looks I don't think I've been in awe of a scene in a movie since I saw dinosaurs for the first time in Jurassic Park. When you're just like, crazy son of a bitch, you did it. They did it.
Grade when that came out, and I was with my grandparents in Nebraska and went and saw it, and was like, "Oh, this is I think like the best movie I've ever seen," because I loved dinosaurs growing up. So I was super excited for Jurassic Park.
Man, I think this is gonna be $1 billion movie. Don't tell it sells.
Wow. Okay.
Short. I think it will be. I think there's some holdouts from like, well, the first one was slow, or the first one was this, but once the word is out and you see some of the stuff that's going to be in this movie, I don't think people are going to be able to not go. It's
I think it'll have great word of mouth.
It's going to have great word of mouth. It's not just going to be great sci-fi. It's going to be, wow, they told this killer story, and Zdenya stole C-3PO's outfit and went to the
I saw the pictures of that. I was like, what is going on with this outfit she's got on?
She walked up to one of the cameramen and went, I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. I think it's going to be great. And you know what? She's got a strong character. She was a strong character in the book. She's a strong character in the 84 movie. This is going to be one of his right hands. If Muad'Dib, Paul Atreides is the hand of God, she and Stilgar are his left and right hands. So I can't wait. Of course, she's gonna be badass because she is one of the elite.
I know Coach put out a video not too long ago with, I guess, some rumors going around that Paul Atreides, I guess, wasn't going to be like the main guy. They were going to like move, but apparently that was false.
That's false.
And it's going to 100%, he's going to be the main guy. Donovan asked real quick, Loki, you might know this better than me because I didn't read the books. The first movie was part 1 of book 1, correct?
Yes. So what we've got is the second part of book 1, Dune Messiah. If they keep that to one part, that will be its own book. And then you're going to have Emperor of Dune, and that'll be its own book. So there is another movie planned. So 4 so far. They could go a lot more. Kevin J. Anderson and Brian Herbert kept the story going. Now, a lot of people don't consider that canon. A lot of people don't consider that official because it wasn't Frank Herbert doing all the work. It was Kevin J. Anderson, who, give or take, is not the best writer, but I don't think he's horrible. I liked the Jedi Academy trilogy back in the day. I was one of the few people that liked that story. He's been consultant with both movies. I'm sure he's going to be the consultant on Dune Messiah. If they keep that at 1 and they do one more after that, then this could be, I mean, huge. Be absolutely huge. I think they should. I don't think they will keep Timothy Oliphant or Timothy, whatever his name is, as Paul for the next movie, though. He's too young. There's no way they can get him to be old enough to be in Messiah. So I want to see what happens. I want to see what they do with it. I want to see who they cast for it. I am excited to explore more of this universe. As a rabid book reader, I want more. Of course I do.
The third movie, have they even started on it yet?
I think it's supposed to be after all of this because he was going to take a break, but he said, you know what, I'll make the movie. I'll go ahead and make Messiah, and then I'll take like a 5-year break. So
wow, 5-year break. Yeah, because I know he said these were the only 3 he was doing.
Yep.
And if they continue after this, I guess it'll be done by somebody else.
Somebody else will have to pick up the baton and.
Interesting. Well, what do you guys out there think about Dune 2? You guys excited to see it? I know Coach is big time, and I know Loki is. I think me and Jonas are kind of on the same level. It's like we're definitely going to kind of check it out thing, but it's not like, our most anticipated thing of the year or anything.
Well, I'm excited about the idea of this being like a long haul kind of thing where you can just like put it on. Like, okay, obviously the Hobbit movies, even though I love the Hobbit movies. I don't love them the way that I love the Lord of the Rings movies, but I like putting those things on. I love living in the world of Middle Earth, the way that Peter Jackson did it. I love that score and everything. So when you start talking about a long running sci-fi epic, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I could do that. I could spend a day working while watching all of that,
That's universe.
Yeah, and of course, if they decide to make 6 movies out of it, I see like the return on investment there if they can keep it going a long time. So apparently, the first one only had a budget of 165 million, and I know that Project Popcorn, where everything went onto HBO Max right at the start, obviously killed that movie's box office. So I can see this thing making a lot of money now that it's got its now that the circumstances are different. So yeah, I'm gonna go check this thing out.
Yep, same. I know a lot of people out there in chat are definitely gonna go check it out as well. So yeah, we'll let you guys know. I know me and Coach will probably be doing a review for it. I'm sure Coach is gonna probably invite you on to be a part of that too, Loki. I'm sure you'll probably be talking about it as well on your own channel.
Extended edition is supposed to be in theaters too. So,
are they releasing the extended edition
84,
in the theaters?
84.
Now you're speaking my language.
Wow. Here. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that.
If they don't,
I don't know.
Be sent to the spice mines of Kessel for sure.
I think it's the 18th. I'm not sure. I'd have to. There's so many movies this month between that.
Advent Children.
Part 1, Advent Children, Dune 2. I'm not sure exactly what a day it is, but I know we got tickets for it.
So I'm definitely going to go see that. All right, guys. Well, that was our Dune 2 topic. Next, we're going to move on to Jonas's topic. What do you got for us, Jonas?
Sorry, had my mute on there. Boomer moment here.
That's fine.
I wanted to talk about the fact that Disney is screwing up again. Imagine that.
You don't say.
Let me zoom in here a little bit. I don't know how much you guys have been following the situation with Disney, and they had this earnings call where they were trying to brag about everything that they're doing and how they're going to revitalize ESPN, and they announced this streaming service that they're going to do that is a collaboration between Fox and Warner Brothers and Disney and TNT and Discovery and all that.
I heard about that, and the 1.5 billion they spent on the video game.
On Fortnite, on Epic.
On Epic.
Yeah. I think that Epic thing, that's all pie in the sky. They could announce that anytime, but I think they're trying to hide the headline here is that they've got no good ideas. But the thing that I'm very interested in is what they're talking about doing with this streaming service, which the rumor right now is it's going to be called Hulu Sports. Never mind the fact that they're kind of killing Hulu right now, and to absorb it into Disney Plus. This
Hulu
thing
Sports, is ESPN Plus going to absorb into that?
I think ESPN Plus is probably going to die at some point.
Yeah.
There's no reason for another streaming service. They're gonna find some way to maybe they'll roll it into this. In fact, they're going to start cannibalizing their own market here, because you got ESPN, which is of course the channel, which is actually 10 channels.
ESPN, the Ocho.
and then you've got
championships.
ESPN Plus, the streaming service, which has a couple of things on it. I mean, if it's one of the things you're interested in, you might subscribe to it for a minute.
I only subscribed to ESPN Plus once during the first NFL season where they had Boomer and Booger on there doing the NFL highlights of the day, because I like his commentary on it. But go ahead, continue.
Well, they had originally said they were going to do an ESPN direct-to-consumer service that was we're all assuming that was going to be just ESPN as a streaming service. But before that is this thing, which is going to be, I guess, ESPN and Fox Sports and whatever Warner's got merged together. So here's the drama, and this story is the drama. First of all, Comcast, who they sell ESPN to, because that's one of the biggest, it is the biggest cable provider in the United States, is like, excuse me, so all of our customers are working together to coordinate on pricing for a competing product. That sounds interesting. That sounds like it's not a monopoly, but it's a cartel is what it is. That's a word you don't hear with Disney a lot, but it's kind of like price setting. So the DOJ is going to look into that. The other aspect is they're now negotiating together in some way with all of the cable providers. They're talking about offering a skinny bundle to where you get this product separate from everything else. So it's not going to be cheap, but it'll be like $30 to $50
a month.
So, less than a cable subscription, but still a lot of money. And apparently the cable providers have been asking for years to decouple the sports networks from everything else, because like a third of all people who subscribe to cable only watch sports and don't care about the rest of it. So,
I watch very little. I watch HGTV and the Food Network, and then like sports on there. Sometimes I'll just turn it on to watch a movie or some, like I like Hell's Kitchen, a lot of the Gordon Ramsay shows on local channel. But I don't watch a whole lot of all those other channels at all.
So, for me, before Disney lost their ever-loving minds, it used to be for Disney Channel and AMC. I should say Disney Junior and AMC, because my kids loved watching Disney Junior until we found out they were, trying to sneak some garbage in there. So this article right here, U.S. to scrutinize Disney Fox Warner sports streaming deal, Bloomberg Law reports this out of Reuters. The U.S. Department of Justice aims to scrutinize a sports streaming platform planned by Walt Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers over concerns it could harm consumers, sports leagues, and rivals. Justice Department will examine the terms of the deal when it's finalized, citing two people familiar with the matter. Earlier this month, the three media companies said they will launch a joint venture They have broad portfolios of professional and college sports spanning NFL, NBA, MLB, FIFA, and college. Here's the other thing. This is fantastic. The NFL had no idea. Roger Goodell had no idea that they were announcing this. That's a completely separate deal that ESPN was trying to make with the NFL. So the NFL was going to buy part of ESPN. This is the rumor. No one has confirmed this publicly, but it's one of those rumors that it's like, it's pretty, it's about as strong as you can say without saying take it with a grain of salt. No, the NFL was going to buy part of ESPN. ESPN was going to take over the running of NFL media. So Red Zone, NFL Network, all under ESPN now. And so that ESPN DTC streaming service, which is, again, completely separate from this joint venture, that was going to be a separate item. Also adding in that you could bundle any of these streaming services with an existing streaming service. So if this could be a more confusing product, I don't know how it could be a more confusing product. So now Roger Goodell is, there are rumors, very strong rumors, that Roger Goodell is now trying to get out of whatever contracts he has with ESPN to see if he can stop dealing with this nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's a quote from Seth Bloom. I think it obviously raises serious competition issues and antitrust issues when you have the largest players in the online distribution of sports getting together and jointly launching a new service, said Seth Bloom, antitrust lawyer with Bloom Strategic Counsel in Washington, former general counsel to the Senate Antitrust Committee. That's the monopoly people. Those are the people who are supposed to do their job and prevent monopolies from happening. Here's another good one. Fubo, they dropped by 25% after the announcement of this streaming service, because Fubo, sorry, not to be confused with Damon John's fashion brand over there. Fubo is a TV provider.
Yeah, I actually signed up for them.
Yeah.
I think it was like last year, the year before, because you could get a 1 week free trial with NFL Red Zone. And so every single week I would sign up for the 1 week free trial under a different email address. And I basically watched the entire NFL season by doing that, and I never paid a dime for it.
I never paid
loopholes, guys, loopholes.
Yeah. So this whole thing's a mess. And I think that, especially that Epic deal that we were just talking about with the 1.5 billion that they supposedly spent. No, that's also pending regulatory approval. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't say yes to it. Especially if those shares are coming from, like, I don't know, Tencent, the Chinese company that owns part of Epic Games. But this right here is not a done deal, but the stock price for Disney has bumped on the idea of it happening. And also them saying that they're going to take some TV series and try to repurpose it into their next animated feature. This whole thing with Disney is all over the map, and I welcome them getting a little bit of scrutiny. I have a feeling that the DOJ might go easy on them because what's the best word? They're all in cahoots with each other.
Right.
But this one right here, there are enough big players, like, for instance, Comcast, who definitely does lobbying on Capitol Hill, that this might present a problem. The cable providers might come after Disney, and it'll be a question of whose lobbyists grease the palms the most. But anyways, what do you guys think about all this mess?
Man, I've been saying it for a long time. There's too many streaming options out there. So I would be all for them consolidating a lot of these. But the thing is also, I just don't pay for a lot of streaming services. So I probably wouldn't pay for this bundled one that they're thinking about doing or rolling this into. I literally don't pay for a single streaming service, not one. I have people's login accounts for them to be able to watch. Well, I take that back. I have one, Amazon Prime, because I order a lot of stuff off of there, so I get Prime, for free. So that's the only one I subscribe to. But I mean, I'm fine with it.
So, well, obviously you've found the workaround on the system here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. The other question that comes up is the people that they're aiming for. Not to mention the fact that ESPN wants everybody's information so they can try to get them into that sports betting.
Oh yeah. Like FanDuel and
DraftKings, and now
DraftKings.
ESPN Bet, which apparently the people that are running that their stock dropped a little bit too, which is I don't know what that's about, other than the fact that regulators might have a problem with all of the sports providers now being the bookies.
Ooh, yeah,
that's
probably not going to go over well.
So if again, this comes down to an issue, and I don't want to make your channel into a question about politics and lobbying and all this stuff, but
if it's part of the entertainment thing that we're talking about, it's fair game in my opinion.
Well, Bob Iger did say on the last earnings call and in SEC filings, I forget which because there's so much of it to go through, that people who engage in the monetization from ESPN Bet will be more engaged consumers. Like, yeah, I bet they will.
There's a reason why I got out of cable. Does anybody remember this? You just signed up for new cable. Right now, for a limited time offer, get HBO, Showtime, and Skinamax for only $10 a piece. That's just $30 for 1 year worth of entertainment that you pay, once a month, $30 once a month, and you get Skinamax, HBO, and Showtime for $30. And 1 year later, why do I have $150 extra on my bill? Because they just charged you $40 to $50 for each streaming service.
Yeah,
I don't want all that. Take it away. People got sick of that, and they started cutting their cords, and they didn't want satellite because they were getting boned over on satellite even worse than they were on cable. Streaming services come around, man, we can sit our kids down. We can watch this and that. We can watch family time movies. We've got comedies for the kids. We got romantic movies for the wife. We've got action movies for the boys. And now we're right back where we were 20 years ago when we were stuck with cable. I don't want a sports package. If I got anything, it'd be college football. I don't even like watching professional football because that's all they care about is this. Even the college guys are starting to when a college quarterback has a Lamborghini Diablo and he came from like nothing, and his first year playing for Alabama for the Bammers, he's got a Lamborghini he's driving around. Something's just a little off. So maybe football, but who wants to pay all that money for everything? I don't watch hockey. I don't watch football.
Here's the other thing though. This isn't everything. This is 60 to 85%. So you would still be missing things at that price point. So the question then becomes like, okay, do you want to pay like the $70 or $80 a month in order to just have a cable subscription and get everything? Or do you want to pay this little bit, which maybe end up being half of the price, but you still have the question of, okay, well, what else do I need to subscribe to in order to get the rest of it? So it's still not going to be the thing that catches everybody. So it's not the ultimate bundle. Like YouTube TV right now, you could pretty much get everything. And if you're one of those guys with deep pockets that doesn't care, you can also get NFL Sunday Ticket. I'm not trying to be over here and shill for a streaming service.
I actually just canceled my YouTube TV 1 week free trial. We were just talking about this and you just reminded me.
I thought you were about to say that.
I just signed up for that because I was driving last week and I wanted to watch the Super Bowl while I was driving in the car. So I was like, crap, I need to just do the 1 week free trial.
Man, you're like confessing to all kinds of crimes on this live stream today. Don't tell us what state you were watching TV while you were driving.
No, not happening.
Penny knows what's up. They keep blowing her husband's phone up for DirecTV. No one wants DirecTV. No one wants cable. No one wants any of that except for people over the age of 60 that don't know any better.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to sign up for NFL Sunday Ticket. I'm like, you've got all my data. Have you not noticed that I'm not watching football?
Yeah. And the thing is, this bundled package, it seems like it's geared to the sports nut that watches like everything like horse racing, hockey, basketball, football,
It's for the
boxing,
bookies. It's for the
UFC,
bookies.
does tons of like sports betting and stuff like that. It seems like it's geared towards that specific audience.
Yep. I agree.
And I don't know how big that audience is out there because I'm not really in that space. I don't know. I don't know how well this is going to do. I mean, I'm fine with them kind of putting everything together so you got everything in one place, one price, instead of having to subscribe to all these different streaming services. But yeah, I don't know how well this is going to do. I still got DirecTV. I'm still paying for it, just mainly because the DVR and the pay-per-views and that sort of thing from time to time. But I don't know. Any other thoughts, Loki, on this?
Besides that, it's like what you guys said. I mean, the sports betting. I could see the sports betting be a big thing.
Yeah.
But besides that, I can't see just the average everyday person doing this. And the fact that they're connected, you can't have the NFL connected to sports betting. Period.
Yeah.
They already are in a way. We all know they are. But you can't have it openly out there that they are. So if it goes to that and they get away with it, wow, maybe the DOJ is really on the corrupting up. So
yeah, definitely. Jonas, anything else to add to this, or any final thoughts?
No, I just we're keeping an eye on Disney. I'm not interested in sports. So all of this is from a professional business standpoint that I'm trying to track all this. I've got some relatives that don't understand cord cutting and all that. So I track a little bit of it for them, but this has always been the nightmare aspect of trying to get somebody to cut the cord is sports. And what's funny is they might, in a weird way, this might solidify cable for a few more years because this looks like a train wreck.
Yep. Absolutely. And that's another reason I keep I don't do the sports package on DirecTV with ESPN and all that because I literally only watch it during football season. But I got somebody else's YouTube TV login where I can watch all that stuff. So I don't have to pay for that extra thing on DirecTV. But yeah, the DVR aspect, the local channels, plus I get a discount on my internet service having it bundled. So yeah, I'm kind of in that boat of I haven't quite got to the point of cutting cable off completely, but anyways, thanks for sharing that, Jonas. We did get the most consistent man on the interwebs, GraphWeb, for the $2 super chat. Hail GraphWeb, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. 100%. I never subscribed to it ever in my life. But thank you for your continued support. And you guys can get your GraphWeb, hashtag cancel Disney Plus shirt at our merch store. GraphWeb, thanks for your continued support. Again, brother, this super chat video is for you. All right, Loki, what do you got for us this Friday?
I don't have a chart. I don't have anything to pull up. You probably heard it. You've seen everybody talking about it. Everybody's talking about the morph, realization.
I was hoping we would talk
X-Men
about this.
97
with X-Men 97. There are people on both sides of it. The people on one side are saying, how dare you change this and blah, 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 blah. And the people on the other side of it are calling them ists and obes and Yahtzees and saying they're the bad people holding up the signs. And in the comic, and they're the evil ones and all this stuff. So let's break something down really quick. Let's get to facts, not fiction. Let's get to facts. In 1997, there was no word for no gender. There was no word for non-binary.
Yeah.
Okay. That word did not exist. The closest thing you could get to it is something called androgynous, or it's Pat on Saturday Night Live. And to do this and to set up a profile that states whether this person is non-binary, and this, honestly, Morph can be whoever he wants to be. Doesn't matter. Morph can be a guy, Morph can be a chick, Morph can be whatever.
He
Morph
looks
could
so
be
weird in this now.
the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He looks
like
nothing
Chameleon
like
from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly right. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't put my finger on it, but yeah, when you mentioned that, yeah, it's exactly what it looks like.
And if this was an X-Men 97, I'd say, you know what, guys, do whatever you want. I don't really care. This is supposed to be a continuation of a show most of us watched in the 90s.
Loved it.
Rogue looks different.
Yep.
Storm looks different. I don't care about the Mohawk. I'm completely fine with Mohawk. There you go. There was a picture more. The Mohawk's fine. I have no care about the Mohawk. I'm talking about the way their bodies look, the artwork. The gentleman who created the original show is not with us anymore. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize he died.
So them picking up the torch and saying, well, we're going to continue where he left off. You, first of all, need to honor what his original wishes were, his plans, what he had wanted to do. You have to understand the show went a lot longer than it was supposed to. I think it was originally slated for 2 seasons, and that was it. And they picked it up for 2 more, and then they finally picked it up at almost cost.
Yeah, they switched animation studios, right?
Yeah, because something changed in those later seasons.
Yeah,
they couldn't afford it. Yeah, they sent it overseas. So everything got really crazy. If you want to pick this show up where it left off, then you need to honor where it came from. It's 1997. It's not 2024. If this was Mexican, or if this was X-Men. I said Mexican, so I'm thinking Mexican Iron Man.
I'd watch X-Men. X-Men 97.
X-Men. Yeah. X-Men 97.
Yeah, X-Men, all Latina X-Men.
If this was X-Men 2024,
that's it. Latin X-Men.
Yeah.
You could say whatever you want about it, but saying that anyone who questions this is a Yahtzee or an IST or an OB, let me explain something to you. Professor X's School for the Gifted, Xavier's School for the Gifted, was not about putting labels onto people. You see, that was the other side.
Yeah.
That was Magneto and the Brotherhood of Mutants. They like to use labels. They like to use things like Homo superior instead of Homo sapiens. They wanted to separate them by putting labels in them. Charles Xavier's dream was to bring everyone together as human beings, not put labels on this person or put labels on that person or make this person away from the other people by saying that they're this. He just said people are people, and we all need to come together, and we need to work together. The X-Men are a very unique group because not all of them become X-Men. Not all the mutants that go to this school become X-Men. The majority of them go out and live normal everyday lives because the whole point is to learn to control whatever their ability is.
Yeah.
The extremely gifted ones stay and fight for freedom for everyone, not a certain subsect of the community, not this, not that, right. Against labels. Magneto's in that picture right there. And one of the first things he says when you see him is, Charles, we are superior, as he's talking to Professor X, telling him we are the future. That's exactly what they say in the first X-Men. We are the future, Charles, not them. They've made their decision. They're the ones who label people. Don't let people fool you. Don't let the crazies make you think that, oh, this is perfectly okay, and the X-Men's always been woke, and X-Men always stood for blah, blah, blah. No, the X-Men never stood for putting labels on anyone. Yeah. The X-Men stood as equality, not equity.
Yeah, and they were diverse by nature because they were all different. they all had different powers. They all came from different backgrounds. I mean, it was very diverse, but it was one of those things that was just like a organic, natural thing, not something that just felt forced just to check off some DEI stupid check boxes.
Exactly.
I mean, Magneto's Jewish.
Yeah.
Storm is literal African, although you don't get much African in the way she talks. I mean,
No.
Wolverine is the most disabled of them all. He's Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
From Canada. Hey.
He's a
Hey,
loser,
bub.
I
Yeah,
just,
I love freaking Wolverine in this show.
It bothers me so much that of course, they want to make shapeshifters into non-binary anymore. Obviously, they did this whole mess with Mystique recently.
Yep.
Butt babies.
Yeah, yeah, that's the word I was avoiding saying. But if you can say it, I can't. I just, it's a lot more fun if Morph knows what he's what he is on some level. It's a lot more fun if you've got, I don't know, these are supposed to be freedom fighters that are rejected by the world, but they're still fighting on the world's behalf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be fighting against a militant faction. And a lot of the, unfortunately, a lot of the people that are in that militant faction are, I think, the ones that are probably kind of coming after traditional values right now. I just struggle, especially with Magneto being the one in charge of the team. Cyclops in the comics, at some point, he becomes kind of a fascist, right? Like he becomes kind of what Charles Xavier would have hated about him or Magneto. So I don't know how deep into this they're going to get. Magneto, I think, is an amazing character because, first of all, he's Jewish. He's a Holocaust survivor. He has a lot of reasons to believe what he believes in the comic book. So when somebody says, well, humans are evil, he has just about the best reason to be as villainous as he is. I don't trust Disney to go through this and not just make all people, systemic racism is a boring villain, or at least the modern take on systemic racism is a boring villain because, what are we going to do? Get policy changes? Actual horrific genocide during the Holocaust?
Mm-hmm.
That is a villain that we can say, hey, this is an awful thing. We never need to go here. As opposed to, I don't know, I feel like this guy that got a bad grade, it was probably because his teacher didn't like him. Or this cop pulled this guy over because he was different. I don't, that's too vague. And if they try to make this small, if they try to make this, oh, we need to go shame these guys who, if they go for light reasons that people are the villains, that's just going to alienate the audience as opposed to telling a story about alienation, which is what X-Men is about. Also, they screwed up Wolverine's voice. Need to point
yes,
that out.
Yes, I noticed that. Me and Coach were talking about that last night, but when I first watched it, when he spoke, I was like, and the thing is, it's the same actor who's doing it.
Go, bub.
But his, I guess his voice as he's gotten older has just obviously changed. Very similar to like when you hear Vader talk in Rogue One, you can tell that's Grandpa James Earl Jones, not Empire Strikes Back James Earl Jones. You can tell it's different, but the same. And same thing with Wolverine's voice in this. It was like, I know it's the same voice actor, but man, his voice does not sound the same anymore as it did back when they did the original show.
That's the same guy?
Yeah. Yep.
That's weird.
It's the same guy.
Did he just forget how to do the voice?
I guess so. Or his vocal cords have just been worn out or something, over the years. The I can't remember. Loki probably knows the voice actor who did Megatron in the original Transformers.
Frank Welker?
Yeah, Frank Welker. So his voice also, if you listen to him do Megatron today, it doesn't sound the same as Megatron from the original.
It has the same inflection.
Yeah,
but he doesn't sound like the same guy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of the same thing with this voice actor in the voice for Wolverine in this show. It's not quite adding up. But it was definitely noticeable.
I'll say that I was excited about this watching the trailer. There was a couple of things that right there is weird to me. I saw a great post that was like, okay, when Gambit charges something with kinetic energy, does it A, explode, B, explode, or C, explode?
It explodes.
It explodes.
Yeah. So those things are literally gonna explode. You know what? And when I first saw this, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool right there." But I never actually thought about that. And now that you bring it up, yeah, this is freaking stupid.
Also, what is he touching? Is he touching his skeleton?
I don't know.
Or is he just literally charging up Wolverine and it's only his claws glowing?
I don't want to know what else glows. I don't want to know what else is glowing right now.
Yeah. It's almost like Gambit's riding him like a freaking robot toy or something.
Yeah, I mean, Colossus...
Nobody rides a Wolverine.
Colossus throwing Wolverine, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Wolverine can survive almost anything on some. He may not win the fight because the guy will be gone, but he can regenerate from nothing. But this just doesn't make any sense to me. This is a rejected panel from a bad comic book. This is not something I would put in the trailer.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do a service to something that already exists, simply don't do it. If all it's going to be is disservice to the original, which, God, what did they do to Rogue?
Yes,
Rogue's like half the
now.
woman she used to be. It's you know what, and I've heard all kinds. I said something about it. And what are you gonna pap to her? I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. You've got what she looked like, which is what they said she would look like, and then you've got what she looks like now, which is the body of a 12-year-old boy, not a fully grown adult woman. It's very simple. Rose was a Southern Belle Beauty. She was Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and now she's Ariel's little sister with white and red hair.
Well, I mean, there's the whole thing there. It's poetry to have this character that if you touch her, you will die a very painful death. But to have her be this woman who actually likes that she's beautiful and likes that she's really good looking and alluring, but also don't touch anybody or they will die. That's poetry right there. That's good. And then the fact that you got Gambit, who is this, I mean, he's a mimbo essentially. He's a guy who probably beds every woman that he sets his sights on, but he decides that he likes this woman despite the fact that isn't going to happen. So these are two people that cannot get together. That it's a statement on their character that they both love each other and want to be together. This is a great pairing here of characters, but they're gonna make her bi, and I don't know, they're probably gonna do something with Gambit and say, oh well, he's interested in a lot of women, he's probably also interested in men too, like they're trying to do with Captain Kirk.
Oh God,
it's just they have nothing better to do with their time than try to get people shagging.
Yep. And I'm glad Bishop is back. I really liked him in the original show. So I was happy to see that they're bringing him back and he's actually a part of the team now. So I'm glad to see him back. Jubilee, they could have left her out for all I cared. She was probably my least favorite of the original show.
Yeah, she was the perspective character too. So she was always annoying, and I wouldn't have been, when they did the movie, I was kind of glad that they combined her and Rogue into the same character, except that we lost Rogue. Yeah. She was the annoying kid sister, and now they're going to be like, oh, well, you think Jubilee's annoying? Well, it's because she's Asian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that they also changed her to Asian?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. She is.
Well, she's supposed to be the daughter of Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike.
What?
Yeah. You know about that?
No, I didn't know about that. Yeah. Is that what is Yuriko's last name? It's not Lee, right?
But that's not.
So that's comics, or what? That's what they're writing into this show.
No, that's what I heard. What they're writing into the show.
Ah, guys,
that's Lady Deathstrike.
Making her literally Wolverine's daughter is such a. It's better if Wolverine acts paternal and he has no right to act paternal. But if he's actually her father, then that's a whole mess.
Yeah.
Mall rat. That's a phrase that doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Yeah. So yeah.
Did she say that in the first episode? Does a mall rat love chili fries or something?
Oh yeah. She said something cringy like that from back in the 90s. But yeah, it looks like some people on Reddit are talking about how they might be making her Logan's daughter. Yep.
Man, if I could, I would have erased that entire like Wolverine origins plot line. We don't need to know his name. He's better if you don't know who he is.
Oh, dude, that book is so terrible. I hate that book. I bought that book just to see what the difference was between the movie and I was just like, oh, please. I like the fact that he's named James, but still, just erase that. And we never need to know. Let us always wonder. It's like the alien. Where does the alien come from? We never need to know. Please, someone tell them we never need to know where the aliens come from.
Same thing with Joker. These are characters that are better when they're an enigma. The guy who is almost the Joker is not interesting. The guy who is fully formed the Joker is interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they're gonna do this Marvel animation X-Men 97 on VHS tape.
The only reason I don't think they'll do it is because they aren't going to put that much money into this thing.
No.
That would be too cool for them to do that. Also, I'm not buying this thing. If they're putting this is something that if I'm going to put the money into it, it's something I want to be able to like share it with my kids.
Yeah.
Making Morph non-binary is like no, I don't want to have that conversation.
Yep. Not feeling it at all. Real quick, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of X-Men 97. I know I was really looking forward to it. Coach was as well, but the more we're hearing about it, but we are going to be reviewing it on our Patreon page. All the episodes. We'll probably throw our reviews up. We'll do our reactions on Patreon. Probably throw our reviews up on YouTube here. Graph Web with $2. I am winning 1 million subs gone. Yeah, Jonas, I think you can speak on that. They lost a lot in Q1, right?
Yeah, they lost 900,000 subs in Europe, and I think 400,000 in the United States on this streaming service that is supposed to be the future of the company. That they're killing everything else to do Disney Plus. And by the way, they're of course getting rid of Hulu, which is also makes twice as much money in revenue than Disney Plus. Actually does make a profit at this point, and they're gonna destroy Hulu and make it part of Disney Plus. That's their big plan.
You can't fix stupid.
No, you really can't.
What everything has to serve that brand. Gotta serve that Disney lifestyle brand, even if it means destroying what makes you money.
Yep. I mean, they should just keep Hulu there and just be like Hulu /D Plus or something like that, or move everything from Disney Plus over to Hulu.
You know what's funny is overseas where they've lost all that 1 million subscribers gone. They're paying half as much as people in the United States pay for Hulu. But you know what the difference is over there? It's Disney Plus and Hulu together over there. It's called Star. It's just a tile on the service.
Yep.
So essentially, they're paying half the price, and it has the Disney Plus name on it. And so it's even more content that's on Disney than is on Disney Plus in the United States by a long shot, because Hulu's got a ton of content. So having the Disney name on it is costing them like $6 per user.
Black Saber member for 2 months. Apocalypse deserves to win at this rate. Absolutely. Apocalypse does deserve to win at this rate. Could not agree more. Hell, Black Saber member for 2 months. Thank you for your continued support here at Echo Base Network. Marcus Sequentis member for 6 months. I'm actually going back to basic cable. It's $30 a month, cheaper to watch all the football I need to watch. Plus, I get the Discovery Channel. $30 a month? Wow.
Cheaper.
Oh, it's $30 cheaper. Okay, gotcha. I was getting ready to say, man, I wish I had some deals like that because I'd drop DirecTV just for
the other thing is that
basic cable.
they'll get you on those regional sports fees that nobody wants to pay. I never understood why that was legal to say, oh, yeah, it costs this much. But by the way, here's this tax on it that we weren't going to tell you about. It's not a tax. It's just you're paying for everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know how they get away with that either. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Jeremy Turner for $2. Special place in hell for what they did to Rogue. Abso-freaking-lutely. We were just talking about that. There she is. Oh, man. Yeah, does not look good. Does not look good at all.
What are the odds that's not Scott's baby sitting in there in Jean Grey there?
Oh, yeah, it's Mr. Sinister's. Oh, did I just ruin the whole show? Oops.
That would be an interesting plot twist for the show. Maybe. Yeah, I think this is gonna be hot garbage for sure. I don't like what they did to Rogue at all. But Graph Webb, Black Saber, Marcus Sequentis, and Jeremy Turner. Thank you guys for your continued support here at Echo Base Network. This video is for you.
So Mediator has decided 1 point Valiant Renegade. That is a very, very valid argument.
What you're really saying, Valiant, though,
may the force be with you. For me, to Papa.
Pizza rolls. Nick needs some pizza rolls.
Yeah, my mom wasn't really here, but I had my popcorn bucket sitting there. If you guys notice, and Rissman and Valiant were going at it, man. They were going at it, and I was just letting them go. They were going back and forth, arguing. I can't even remember what the point was, and I was just eating the popcorn. I was like, man, I wish I had some pizza rolls here. So I was like, like a kid, watching a show or something. I yelled, Mom, can you bring me some pizza rolls? That was a fun stream. Which they actually, Valiant and Rissman actually met up in Orlando for MegaCon.
That's cool.
Yeah, they ran into each other down there and chit-chatted for a hot second before Valiant started hauling drinks back to a lot of other attendees that were waiting on them. Yep, that is going to do it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Like I said before the show, I've had a crazy last day and I am freaking exhausted. I want to thank my panelists Stone Loki and Jonas J. Campbell for being here today. Mike will be back as soon as Mike can be back. I think he'll be back in town back home next week, so hopefully we'll see him next Friday. Loki, tell everybody what you got going on, where they can all find you at, and guys, links are in the description for both these guys' channels as well.
Find me over at Loki's Mornings of Mischief. We go live Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm jumping around on 20 million different channels lately. There will not be a late show tonight if you come to the regular late show at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. No late show tonight, but we'll be back Sunday. Eris is going to do a stream Saturday. I'm going to do a stream Sunday. And,
are you guys still doing the Final Fantasy?
We are. Okay. Anybody that's a member that comes in chat is eligible to win a card pack. We'll do the drawing the day we do the new stream. We'll do a drawing for the last week. So we're going to send those out as soon as the game comes out. We're going to send out free card packs for the winners. So one winner each week. All you have to do is be a member. You have a chance to win.
Well, this is awkward and amazing and worked out in a weird way. I'm streaming at 10 p.m. tonight over on That Park Place.
Oh, random late night stream for you over on That Park Place?
Yeah. On the That Park Place channel, we hit 10K, so we're doing a 10 p.m. live stream. you guys are welcome to join for a couple of minutes if you want, or however long you'd like to. It sounds like you guys are going to get some rest, but I'll send you the link regardless.
Yeah,
but
shoot the link. If I'm up and free, I'll hop in. Yeah, just throw it in the EBN Cast.
And it's one of those come and go things, or if you want to stick around for a while, that's cool too.
Yeah.
We're going to be turning on memberships though tonight, and
nice.
Everybody's been pestering me, bothering me, saying, "Hey, you said you'd turn on memberships at 10K." I finally got everything worked out with YouTube, and all I have to do now is hit the button, and I've got a lot of stuff planned for members there. So I'm very excited, and these late night live streams for us are a lot of fun. I didn't know I was streaming against you, Loki. I'm gonna try to make sure we don't do that to you anymore.
It's okay. It's all right, brother. I don't look at stuff like that. I never worry about stuff like that. So if you want to stream 10, stream 10. I don't take anything personal. We've been doing a live show. It used to be the late show with Mexican Iron Man, and obviously he's been MIA now. It's the late show with Loki and Snowdub. Dude, I never worry about anything like that. I never take it personal. I don't look at people like, "Oh, how dare you? I had that time slot before you." It's YouTube. It's a huge place. People be going, "Yeah, how dare you stream?"
You're no longer my friend. You are now canceled. Boom, canceled.
Yeah, well, this isn't going to be a regular thing for us. This one's a once in a blue moon thing. Although people do like it when we stream late, which is amazing. We'll probably find a different day to do it though, because you're awesome, Loki. And of course, thank you very much for having me on Echo Base Network, Nick.
Yep, absolutely. Glad to have you on board and part of the team here for EBN Cast. This is episode 11, guys. We will be back next Friday. I will probably be in a lot better mood and a little bit more awake and not so exhausted and tired. But I want to thank you guys for being here. As we always say here, you are Echo Base Network. Until the next one, guys, we'll see y'all later. If I can find the
exit button.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Play a piano.